I beat stage 3 cancer in 100 days, and now I'm 7 years cancer-free. Here's exactly what you need to know. You've probably never heard of these strategies before, so whether you've just been diagnosed, in treatment, or even finished your treatment, this video is for you. Starting with this first strategy. The day you're diagnosed with cancer, go to the gym. This might seem kind of crazy, so hear me out. Receiving a cancer diagnosis is no small thing, so going to the gym is probably the last thing on your mind. But here's exactly why you should go. So many women completely stop exercising after they're diagnosed with cancer, but this is wrong, completely wrong. Exercise helps prepare your body before, during, and after cancer treatment. It gives you more energy, less joint pain, and fewer hot flashes. Plus, your oncologist probably never told you that exercise is extremely effective in helping you get to cancer-free and stay cancer-free. By using targeted exercise, which is a combination of low-intensity cardio and strategic strength training, you can actually reduce your risk of a cancer recurrence by up to 59%. That's better than a lot of drugs on the market. Ever since I finished my doctorate in cancer care, the research on this topic has really exploded. There's been hundreds of studies that have looked at the exact same topic. We know that women who strategically exercise before, during, and after their cancer treatment, they are more likely to get to cancer-free and stay cancer-free. There are many large cancer prevention guidelines that will tell you the same thing. The American College of Sport Medicine tells cancer survivors to incorporate exercise into their daily routine. This is exactly why I personally continued to strength train even while I was receiving cancer treatment. I lifted weights throughout. Even though they were lighter weights than I normally lift, I still lifted weights. Now, before I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, I was a very active person. I walked everywhere, hauling groceries and running errands. I was very active. Plus, I strength trained 2 to 4 times a week. This level of fitness greatly supported me during my cancer and cancer treatment. I recovered so much faster after surgery because I had that lean muscle mass on board. But if you were not active before you were diagnosed with cancer, that's okay. It's never too late to start incorporating more movement. Now, many women completely avoid exercise during their cancer treatment because they mistakenly think it needs to be too intense, but it doesn't. And it actually shouldn't. The biggest mistake that cancer thrivers make is that they think that they need to exercise every single day, and they think that they need to be dripping with sweat. But in reality, you don't have to work out every day, and you really shouldn't work out every day. Rest days are actually really important to repair and rebuild muscle. Plus, high-intensity workouts, well, they can actually make the side effects of cancer treatment even worse. Now, this doesn't mean you can't do gentle movement every single day, but you should not be doing strenuous workouts 7 days a week. Try doing short walks or a short yoga routine, or do some body weight strength training. If you maintain this and keep it up during treatment, it will significantly help with your side effects. Now, if you've never done strength training before, it can be a little intimidating, but don't worry, you can start slow. Start by just using your body weight lunges, body weight squats, wall push-ups. It doesn't need to be hardcore. You don't need to join a gym, and you don't need any equipment at home. But for most people, cardio is gonna be the easiest place to start. So if that's you, then just start with easy. A 5-minute walk in the morning, just walk around the block. If you don't think you can do that, then simply walk around your house. The point is to do slightly more than what you're doing right now. We wanna build you up slowly. Okay, but the next strategy that you need to use to beat cancer is to find a care team that you really trust. It can be really tough navigating the healthcare system, no matter what country you're in. But we know that women who are diagnosed with cancer and have a strong relationship with their care team, well, they actually get better treatment outcomes. Having an open and a trusting relationship with your care team, well, this can make a massive difference. Now, if you're uncertain about your team, or maybe you don't exactly trust them, well, then you need to get a second opinion. Having a second opinion is not a bad thing ever. A lot of women believe that their doctor will be offended or they'll take it personally if they ask for a second opinion. But the truth is that only really terrible doctors are offended when you ask for a second opinion. If someone gives you a recommendation or a suggestion, well, they should be confident enough to have it reviewed by someone else. If you feel like you're unsure or maybe not fully confident about the treatment or the care plan that your team is setting out, then you owe it to yourself to get a second opinion. You need to be your own advocate. Your health is your number one priority. No question is too trivial or unimportant. Okay, but on to the next strategy, and this one is an important one. After being diagnosed with cancer, this is the time to call on absolutely anyone that could possibly help you. Do not hesitate. I want you to take this one seriously because at the end of the day, your life really depends on it. Okay, and on to the next strategy. Now, let me say something, and this might sound familiar to you. After being diagnosed with cancer, you may have asked your oncologist what you should eat now that you're going through cancer and cancer treatment. And they probably said, just eat whatever you want. But this is not true. Your body needs the right fuel to recover between cycles and after treatment. It actually needs more protein. Protein is a necessity for cancer survivors. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and this is what helps your body heal and recover. Without adequate protein, you're not getting enough amino acids, and your recovery, well, it's being delayed. And this mistake is what 90% of cancer survivors make. They're just not getting enough protein. Ideally, you want 30 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and supper. And if you're not hitting adequate protein levels, well, you need to act now. As cancer survivors, we have lost a lot of muscle mass going through surgery and chemo and radiation. This means that we need to protect the lean muscle mass that you currently have on your body and build back more. But if you need to bump up the protein in your diet, well, this can be really challenging. So start by trying to include some protein every time you eat. For example, instead of eating toast, eat peanut butter and toast. Make a smoothie and add Greek yogurt or a scoop of protein powder. The addition of protein powder is such a great option. This is going to increase your daily protein intake very quickly. During my own cancer treatment, I didn't want to rely on protein supplements for my protein. So I tried to get all my protein through whole foods. But treatment made me so exhausted. I didn't want to cook anything. I was tired. I found myself reaching for really convenient foods, which are typically carbohydrates. They're not protein. So I gave in and started using protein powder. And here is exactly what happened. It allowed me to get my energy back so much faster. Once I got my energy back, I had more time and patience to do more cooking. Felt better, I looked better, and then I had more time and energy to cook higher protein meals. That's when I slowly stopped using protein powder. This strategy allowed me to recover so much faster, and I actually ended up using hardly any protein powder. So if you're really struggling or really challenged, then there's nothing wrong with using a protein supplement to help get your protein up and start feeling better. Okay, but on to the next strategy. Now, many people will say to me that they're part of a Facebook group or a cancer support group as they go through treatment. But they also tell me that these support groups are incredibly anxiety provoking. Many people who are active and vocal in these groups, well, they act victimized by cancer. They're stuck in this place of being a patient, and they're looking for others to share in that sentiment. A woman that I work with in the Cancer Freedom Program, well, she actually put it best. She said that the women that are healthy and well, they're not sitting around complaining on Facebook. As an ovarian cancer survivor myself, I left those support groups many years ago. I was determined to heal from cancer and be the healthiest version of myself ever. In order to do that, I couldn't constantly be triggered by people complaining and blaming and shaming. You know, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so you need to be careful about who you surround yourself with and what type of information you're absorbing. But you do not need to do this alone. You absolutely need a community around you, but it needs to be a community of cancer thrivers, people who are living their best life despite cancer. That's exactly who I surround myself with in the Cancer Freedom Program. These are women who are high achievers, and they're looking to get back to being high achievers after cancer. They want to travel, they want to spend time with family, they want to do exactly what they love to do. The energy that these people provide is uplifting and encouraging. So starting today, I want you to really audit who you spend your time with, both in person, but also virtually. Who are you following on social media? What support groups are you in? What do family members and friends say to you? Start being really selective about your energy. Many of us don't even realize how we're being impacted by negative energy until we start to audit it around us. Once you clear away a lot of the negativity, then your anxiety, it'll just start melting away. But you need to hold yourself accountable to this because making these types of decisions can be really difficult. Get yourself clear boundaries and guidelines so you can start making progress right away. Okay, and the next strategy that you absolutely want to use is to stay hydrated. Now, during your chemo infusion, you're given hydration. You'll be getting hydration mixed in with your chemo, and hydration will be run either before or after your chemo. But it's still so important to stay hydrated on the days following and before your next chemo cycle. Staying hydrated during chemo not only flushes toxins from your body, but it helps to make your side effects more manageable. You just feel better when you're properly hydrated. But it's not always easy to drink water, especially during chemo. Many women find plain water just kind of hard to drink during chemo. It tastes weird or even has a metallic taste to it. If this is the case for you, then try adding flavored water. Add things like lemon or cucumber to your water. You can even try carbonated water or try electrolyte water. To make things easier on you, find yourself your favorite water bottle and always keep it with you. It not only serves as a reminder to drink throughout the day, but it'll also help you track how much you're actually drinking. I like to use a water bottle with a straw because it's gonna allow you to take smaller sips throughout the day. So if you're navigating nausea or low appetite, this is a great option. Okay, so now that you know the strategies that I use to help beat cancer in 100 days, well, the next thing you need to know is how to be free from the anxiety and fear of a cancer recurrence. That's exactly why I'm linking up this next video for you here. Click the link here and I'll see you in the next video.